Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1, Episode 6, the series or season finale, depending on how you're looking at things. I know there's been rumblings of the Season 2, which I don't think is going to happen, but I'm very, very excited about this episode. I personally think that this season has been everything that I've wanted it to be up until this point, give or take a few things in the storyline of the continuity of the canon and whatnot. But I've had a lot of fun reacting to this week to week, and I did stay away from spoilers all last week while I was on vacation. That's why this reaction did not come out at its normal time, but I am very, very excited to get into this reaction. But before we do, I just want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you will find it here on my YouTube channel, on my membership page. So if you guys could check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go. Dude, this episode was so cool. It was just so cool to see Vader go full force. I was going to say Vader go full force again, but we've really never seen that kind of power from him before, so it was really cool to see that. Also, to get a little bit more backstory from her, I didn't mind that.
Did you really believe I did not see it, youngling?
But did she get stabbed as a youngling? Like, so many questions that I feel like we need tied up in this episode. I don't understand how she survived this. If she also survived getting stabbed by Anakin when she was a youngling. Like, I don't understand that at all. But time will tell, I guess.
I have something to say.
Wait your turn. You can have what's left when I'm done.
How did she... Yeah, how did she get to Tatooine so fast? Because, I mean, they're still being chased. Oh, that Star Destroyer looks so good.
Motivator shot. Power couplings are bad. I'm working on it, but those shields won't last forever.
I feel like Roken has been like a really underused character. Like, I feel like he's just kind of been there to tell us what's wrong and what needs fixed and what's going to happen. But I mean, I guess every show kind of has to have somebody like that. But I feel like he could have been put to more use.
Wait, what happened to all of us staying together?
Just stay out of it. You don't know what you're dealing with.
We need help.
I'm not putting anyone else in danger, Owen. We're enough.
Did Bail not say he was going to Tatooine?
There are not many leaders left. People follow you. Don't stop.
Just get started.
It would have been cool if they could have like linked him to Saw Gerrera in a way. Not make him Saw Gerrera, obviously. But like, maybe in the future we'll get that. I don't know. Especially with like Saw's crew being on Jeddah. I think that would fit really well. And them, obviously, Roken and his crew transporting Jedi. Just gonna follow him.
Follow Kenobi.
At once, Lord Vader.
Oh, they're getting the whole ship too. Dude, it looks so good. What a cool shot.
The Tuscans are on the hunt again. They're raiding farms along the waste. So stay in here. If anything goes wrong, you know what to do. You run.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Prepare my ship. I will face him alone.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, I don't know if I'm ready. Lambda class. I thought it was going to be his tie. She left it for him. That shot almost looked like it was mirroring the shot of the helmet coming down on Hayden's head. Anakin's head, but us seeing Hayden for the first time, it kind of looked like he was mirroring that with like the fog and the smoke in the background. Oh shit.
Have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan?
I will do what I must.
I will do what I must.
Oh my god, dude! He's got the stance.
Then
you will try.
Die.
Close enough.
Oh, dude.
Dude, this is like prequel choreography, but I'm still not feeling the camera work. Like, it's too shaky. Like, it works a good amount of the time, but like some shots are just like, I don't know. Oh, the crackle with a saber. I'm gonna be honest, this makes no sense to me. This whole storyline. Because Luke can't see the lightsaber. He's never seen a lightsaber when we see him in A New Hope. The first lightsaber he ever sees is his father's. So if he sees her with a lightsaber, it'll make no sense. Now that's a fantastic shot. Like, I get the choice of the camera work, like us being claustrophobic because they feel claustrophobic with all the rocks and whatnot, but I don't know, just give it a little bit of room. Like, we want to see everything. And I get it's Vader. You gotta shoot Vader in a very specific way, especially like with the prequel fighting style.
But the weakness still remains. And that is why you will always lose.
That's crazy. Well, we know he has to defeat him, right? Last time I was but the learner, now I am the master. That line has to make sense. That's like the one line that has to make sense.
What do you want?
Justice.
For what? I mean, I guess her killing Vader's son after he killed her family, then... Did he see the saber, though? Like, I don't know, dude. This is so clunky. Just like this half of the episode. It doesn't feel earned, if that makes any sense. Come on, Qui-Gon, help him out. Come on, this is perfect. Perfect for a Qui-Gon cameo. He's on a mission. Vader just looks like he's gliding. I love that. Okay. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh yeah, he hasn't beat. That was a great shot of him tackling Kenobi through the rock. There's no way he thinks that's a Tusken Raider. There's just no way. Oh my god! Oh, dude. He's gonna get the mask off. Shit. Oh, here we go. This is it. Oh my god.
Anakin's gone.
Oh, wow.
I am not your failure.
Obi-Wan.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
In the shift of the red.
For you.
Jesus.
Goodbye, Darth.
Whoa! And now we're back to this.
Luke.
Dude, I don't know. I just don't see how this works. Like, I just don't. I really don't see it. I mean, I guess he is knocked out. Am I being picky right now? Like, I feel like I'm being really picky. But, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make that much sense to me. It really doesn't. I just feel like it doesn't fit that well. It's like Anakin coming back with his mom. I guess she did realize that she was becoming what she swore to destroy.
I couldn't do it.
Invader.
You haven't failed them by showing mercy.
Thank you, dogs, for barking. Thank you. Thank you! It's crazy because there's so many lightsabers buried in that desert. I mean, we had Anakin's and Obi-Wan's. Nari probably buried his, I would assume, because that's what Kenobi told him to do. Reva's. And then Luke's and Leia's. Luke's is reburied. Leia's is buried. Oh, Christ. So I'm assuming this means Reva, third sister, spinoff now. Ooh, that's a menacing shot of
Probes are tracking every system within range.
Oh shit, is that Palps?
You seem agitated, my friend.
Oh my god.
I serve only you.
And finally, we get the Imperial March. I actually like that. Like, we got hints of it. And somebody said, I can't remember your name. I apologize. Someone said it's like the Imperial March has been being built up to in this episode, which is a really cool idea. I like that a lot. So, I'm glad they decided to do it that way. I thought that was really cool. The gloves.
Is that a holster?
You said there were many ways to lead.
Looks like I was right.
So who is it today? More cousins?
Not exactly.
Lola!
Who am I to separate a young lady from her droid? What do you think I should do?
I think you should sleep.
I think you're right.
It's like the first time we've heard Obi-Wan laugh.
But we must be careful. No one must know, or it could endanger us both.
Goodbye.
May the Force be with you.
I like that, dude. I really like how all of the original Star Wars music has been built up to in this series. And to what it becomes in the original trilogy. I really like that. And I liked her send-off as well. I thought that was really cool. All he has is a new Hope robes on.
The only protection he needs now, Owen, is you and Beru.
I think a lot of this show was, you know, Obi-Wan coming to the realization that he doesn't need constant babysitting from him, specifically. Like, Owen and Beru are a good enough cover for Luke. I mean, if you ask me. And I think Obi-Wan has slowly realized that.
You want to meet him?
Hello there.
Yes! I knew we were gonna get it. As he was walking up to him, that lingering shot of him walking up to him, I knew it was gonna happen. No Qui-Gon though. I'm surprised. As I say that, dude. Oh my god. Oh my God.
Took you long enough. Come on. You've got a ways to go.
What a beautiful, beautiful, but slightly messy finale. All right. It's time to get our overall thoughts out of the way. Overall thoughts. I think that was the best episode of the series. Between that and episode 5. I think episode 5 has it beat in terms of quality of the story. Like, overall, it being really clean. But in terms of flashiness and overall Star Wars feelings, very, nostalgic feelings for me, especially, this episode has it beat. And I cannot be more happy with the way that this series ended with Qui-Gon. And, it also kind of leaves the door open for Obi-Wan to go on missions, in a sense, spiritual missions, with Qui-Gon. I think that would be really, really cool, and they could do some flashbacks. They could get Hayden back. They could get Rosario Dawson to come in as Ahsoka, do some Clone Wars stuff with that. I think that would be a really, really cool idea. I definitely think Dave and Jon Favreau would be perfect for this, and that leads me into my first big aspect of the show that I do want to talk about, and that is Deborah Chow's directing. I can't say that it was bad, because it wasn't by any means. Her style is very, very specific. But whenever it came to the fights and, some of the overall encounters in this show, especially the interrogation scene in episode 4, I believe it was, in Fortress Inquisitorius with Reva and Leia, I just think the directing style of the close-ups like that, it was just kind of weird. And obviously the big thing is the fighting. The fighting felt so claustrophobic, especially in episode 4. More so in this, it had to pertain to the plot and the overall setting of where the fight was taking place. It was taking place in between those big rock pillars. So it made sense that we felt a little bit claustrophobic, as those characters probably did in that fight. But I just wish we were given a little bit more room, kind of like in the flashback fight in episode 5 between Anakin and Obi-Wan when they were sparring in the Jedi Temple. I thought the camera work in that was really, really good. But I get there are restrictions with the Vader suit. You can't go pull out too far just because it might look a little bit wonky, and you want to have that overall, impression that Vader is actually bigger than Hayden is in real life. And I know Hayden was in the suit for this last fight scene. Obviously, we see his face, but I just think it would have been a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper if the fight scenes were filmed further away. And they did maybe a little bit of digital enhancement on Vader to make him a little bit taller, a little bit more menacing. I mean, they can always do that kind of stuff. But overall, I thought the fight scenes, the lightsaber duels, were really, really well done in this show. And this is going to make me move on to the topic that I don't want to discuss, but I kind of have to in this sense. And that is Reva as a character. Now, I'm not one to say that I hate the character of Reva, because I don't. I'm interested in her character. I just think that the way they did things in this last episode, especially right after the episode where I found her character to be very compelling, in episode 5, whenever they revealed, she was indeed in the Jedi Temple, which we all kind of expected. She did see Anakin. That's how she knew that Anakin was Vader. But in this, her going after Luke as revenge towards Vader makes sense. But it doesn't make sense, because she was so against, Vader killing her kids and her family. And I get she's dark side, so she can't see that. She doesn't have that moral compass that a Jedi would have. But it just didn't make sense to me. It really didn't. It felt so messy, and we're probably going to get more with this character now, deciding where we left off with her. So I'm assuming we're going to get a spin-off show, maybe get some more backstory, and maybe get some clarification on what was happening, internally with her, which I don't think would be a bad idea. I think it would be really, really cool to see, more of that kind of stuff, how Inquisitors are actually handpicked like that, how they get so close to Vader. I think an Inquisitor series would be really, really cool. Not just focusing on her, but focusing on, you know, the turmoil between all of the Inquisitors internally, just because they all want Vader's approval. I think that would be really, really cool. But overall, I think her character was a miss for a lot of people. I can't say I hated the character, because I don't. I think Moses Ingram did a fantastic job from what she was given. Acting wise, she did really, really good, but I don't think the character was very strong at all. As for all those supporting characters in this show, they were really, really good. I think Haja, Leia especially, Luke, Owen, Beru, everybody else did a fantastic job. The fifth brother, I think they were all great supporting characters. As to the cameos we had in this episode, Qui-Gon, that was a great surprise. I wasn't expecting to see Palps, honestly, so I thought that was really, really cool. And just in hologram form, that's always fantastic, taking us back to the first time we see him in Empire Strikes Back through a hologram. But overall, I think all the side characters and all the cameos are really, really cool. Roken, on the other hand, I think was underused. Tala was also a really good character. I grew very fond of her before, obviously, she was killed off in the last episode. But, and her death scene was really, really sad. But I think Roken was the biggest underused character, just because I felt like he was kind of there to explain what was happening, what was going to be happening, what needs fixed, you know, kind of like the overall plot. We're getting the inconvenience of the plot before we have to go and fix it. I thought that's kind of what his character was there for. But, I mean, every show kind of has to have something like that. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this series for what it was. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I said, reacting to this show every week for you guys is so much fun. And sadly, it is over. We have a bit of a break for Star Wars stuff until the end of August with Andor, which I'm really, really excited for. And I think I'm more excited for Andor now than I was for this show after we saw the first 2 episodes, if that makes any sense. Not saying I was disappointed by the first 2 episodes leading into the rest of the series, but I think what we saw from the Andor trailer is really, really cool and really, really interesting. Now, obviously, we saw Phase 2 clones, so we're going to get some kind of flashback to maybe a younger Cassian Andor. I think that would be really, really cool. Obviously, we're probably going to be getting Vader. We're probably going to be getting Palps. I think that they were definitely teasing, you know, the ever-growing power of the Empire at the end of this, because we heard Bale saying that the Empire is growing stronger, and we're kind of going into that phase of Star Wars now. Obviously, I think Andor takes place like 9 or 8 years before Rogue One and A New Hope, and we know that after Season 2 of Andor, it's going to go straight into Rogue One. So I'm very interested to see how all of that is handled, and I think we're going to get some really, really cool stuff in the future. And obviously, we have The Mandalorian Season 3, Ahsoka. That Tales of the Jedi looks astounding. I cannot wait to get back to some more Clone Wars style animated shows. And then we have Bad Batch Season 2. So the future is looking really, really bright for Star Wars. And I think that this was a good kickoff to Star Wars madness that is going to be happening over the next year. So I'm very, very excited. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys will find it here on my YouTube channel on my membership page. So if you guys could check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.